You're traveling with Gheralta Mountains, and today, the journey takes us deeper into one of Ethiopia's most extraordinary spiritual landscapes, Abune Yemata Guh Monastery, hidden within the dramatic cliffs of Tigray. This is not a place you simply arrive at. It is a place you earn. Long before the monastery comes into view, the landscape begins to change. The air grows still, the silence deepens, and the mountains begin to close in around you. Towering rock formations rise from the earth, shaped by time, wind, and ancient volcanic forces. This is a land where history is not written. It is carved into stone. As the journey continues, the path narrows. What begins as a simple walk slowly transforms into something more demanding. You climb. You navigate uneven ground. You pass through natural corridors of rock. And then, you reach the edge. A sheer drop beside you. A narrow ledge beneath your feet. No guardrails, no safety nets, only faith. For centuries, pilgrims have walked this very path. Not for adventure, not for thrill, but for something far deeper. Spiritual connection, forgiveness, purpose. To understand why, we must go back more than 1,500 years. In the early centuries of Christianity, a remarkable group arrived in Ethiopia. They would come to be known as the 9 Saints, learned monks, scholars, missionaries, believed to have traveled from Syria, Constantinople, and Rome. Their destination, the kingdom of Aksum. At the time, Aksum was not only a political capital, it was a spiritual center, a crossroads of civilizations, a place where belief systems met and evolved. Christianity had already taken root, but it needed structure, guidance, and renewal. The 9 Saints brought exactly that. They translated religious texts, established monasteries, and spread teachings across the land. But most importantly, they adapted Christianity into a uniquely Ethiopian expression, one that still lives today. Among them was Abune Yemata, a man of deep spiritual discipline, a teacher whose influence would echo for centuries. He spent much of his life in Tigray, a region that would become one of the strongest centers of early Ethiopian Christianity. But his journey did not end there. According to tradition, he traveled north into the highlands of what is now Eritrea. There, he taught at Debre Bizan, one of the most respected monastic centers of the time. It was here that something simple, yet powerful, was given to him. An olive seed, a gesture, a symbol, a message. Plant this in your home. And so he returned, back to these cliffs, back to this land, and here he planted that seed. Today, that tree still stands, weathered, ancient, alive. For more than 15 centuries, it has remained rooted in this sacred ground, a living witness to faith, to history, and to time itself. Legend says it will live until the end of the world, and when the first Mass was held here, it is said that incense was taken from that very tree, a moment where nature and faith became one. But perhaps the most powerful story is not about the past, but about belief. Those who cannot climb, who reach only part of the journey and pray with sincerity, will receive forgiveness for 6 generations. But those who reach the monastery, who face the fear, who walk the edge, who complete the journey, will receive forgiveness for 12 generations. Before this monastery existed, there was only a cave, a simple space hidden within the rock. For 64 years, Abune Yemata lived there, in prayer, in silence, in devotion. Today, that cave still remains, no longer just a place of solitude, but a place of renewal, a baptism chamber, a symbol of new beginnings. And then you arrive. Inside the monastery you are welcomed. Priest Atzbeha Asefa Hagos. Welcome, he says, and as you step inside, time begins to shift. The walls come alive, paintings, vivid, ancient, untouched. For over 1,500 years they have remained unchanged, created by Abune Yemata. They tell a story of faith, a story of humanity, a story of eternity. The 9 saints look down from the walls: Pantaleon, Garima, Aragawi, Tsama, Aleph, Aftse, Yeha, Guba, Yemhata. Nearby, the 12 disciples, and beyond them, prophets, angels, and saints. Every surface speaks. Every image holds meaning. This is not just art, it is memory. It is identity. 3 temples, 3 sacred arcs: Yemhata, Raphael, Mary. And beyond it all, a presence, a stillness that cannot be explained. This is Abune Yemata Guh, not just a destination, but a journey, a test, a connection. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and continue the journey with Ethiopia's Traveler.